Despite all the tragedies, all the torments, and all the chaos, we've survived 6 months on board. But it's not over.
Hell?
What?
We have one last power-punching storm to endure.
Along with some hail and damaging winds.
John and I may have started with no boating experience.
I don't even know where the light switches are.
No idea.
Careful, careful. There's a catch here.
And out of our depth on board a huge, epic 50-foot sailboat we purchased in Melbourne.
Whoa. It's like the size of our apartment.
We've travelled up the coast of Australia and we're on our way back down. Almost home in one piece, but there's one last mission. One last stop, and en route, the weather is deteriorating. If you're new here, we're off the coast of Australia. We're on our way to the city of Brisbane. Storms are forecast. So we're parking up at Bribie Island for the night.
I'm just having a bit of a sleep, so I wasn't feeling too fantastic.
On our way there, we've been rolling all over the place. The winds haven't been in our favour.
Right on the nose at the moment.
But I'm feeling so much better now. I've got the fan on, the engine's off. We're going to be sailing probably until about 2 a.m.
Meanwhile, in the cockpit, John's in his element. Unfazed, uninterrupted, reading while on watch.
Living your best life, babe. Well, we are having a beautiful sail tonight. The conditions are absolutely stunning. We have both sails up tonight and we're currently doing around 6 knots. We have 11 knots apparent wind. We have some news for you. John has been recalled back to work.
Yeah.
So we don't really have a plan at the moment, do we?
No plan.
John took the year off, so getting proficient again in his airline pilot training is going to be intense.
Does it mean you have to start studying again?
I do. I have to start studying, go through all the retraining process to get back in the swing of things. So that'll be a couple of months. Gonna have to get a haircut. Oh, it's been a lot of work to get the boat and basically learn the ropes, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And now that we've sort of started to get the hang of things and settled into the boat, it's sort of time to go park it up. So anyway, I have to work on a plan.
Since filming this though, we've come up with a plan. Before we reveal it to you a little later in the episode, I just wanted to say a huge thank you to Blinkist for sponsoring our video today. In my ear holes there, I'm listening to a book called The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, because, well, soon we'll be the YouTubers who sold their Jeanneau. Watch until the end of the episode and we'll explain. But Blinkist essentially will read me this book from start to finish in a bite-sized form of 15 minutes, giving me the takeaway 7 key ideas from it. It's one of our favourite apps that we either read or listen to while we're under sail, or when I'm doing exercises on the bow or doing the dishes.
The key ideas from James Clear's bestseller, Atomic Habits.
You might like to use it on your daily commute or an afternoon run. Blinkist has over 5,500 non-fictional books, and the app creates personalized collections for you based on what you like. And Blinkist is not only giving you 25% off a premium plan with our special code, but you'll also get access to Blinkist Connect, which allows you to share your account with another person. So now John and I can share books and recommendations with each other too. We know you'll love this app. Blinkist is offering you 25% off its premium plan, so you can enjoy 2 memberships for the price of 1, and you can start a 7-day free trial by using our link in the description below.
Nice footrest, babe.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you. Get back to reading.
Thank you.
See you.
Goodbye.
Bye for now.
TTFN.
Bye for now.
So stick around, we'll tell you all about our plans a little later in the episode. And so we arrived to Bribie and we've woken to the sound of a bathtub. Our deck has also been bombed by birds.
This is just a disaster. There is poo all over the boat. It looks like an aviary.
And to top off the morning,
There's a storm moving across here. That's us.
Oh my gosh, it looks so ferocious. One good thing about this storm though, I have to say, will be getting rid of all the poop along the deck. Now for everyone watching, what are we about to experience?
Well, what is about to occur, dihydrogen oxide is about to fall upon us, along with some wind and possibly some hail and damaging winds.
I always get really nervous when this happens. Do you know what I mean?
Well, we've learnt some interesting lessons from this scenario, being at anchor with a storm that comes through. We've had a couple of nasty incidents, which is funny because we had nothing at all for like 6 months, and then we had 2 in about a week. First one was we dragged in Lady Musgrave.
Oh my gosh.
And the second one, a bloke in a still boat, after we went to bed, anchored right next to us, and he swung into us. But fortunately, I just happened to wake up, check the weather, see that something was coming.
He's about to punch a hole in the boat.
My god.
So I managed to put fenders out in time, just caught it, and we had to hold his boat off for like 5 minutes. Like, we're definitely by no means experts on this, but I've had a few ideas on how best we might deal with this situation in the future, which we will talk about in a little bit. Do we have rain jackets ready?
Oh, really?
It's pretty intense, huh? We are about to experience an absolute deluge, lightning, thunder. Takana's going to receive a beautiful shower. She's being on today.
Yeah.
Good idea. Okay.
What the hell?
What?
Do you know what that is?
What's that?
Can you guess? Down there. That is the current driving the propeller.
No.
See that?
Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Yep. So you just filled the prop?
That feathering prop business. It's not a folding propeller, it's a feathering propeller.
When we feather the propeller, when we turn the engine off, we have to put the control lever
Into reverse, and by doing that, what it does is it reverses the pitch and feathers the propeller so that the current rushing past the boat while we're at anchor here isn't driving the propeller shaft.
Check out the current at the bow.
We've got the snubber, that's this white rope that you see here. You can see the anchor is just next to it. So this white snubber acts like a bit of a shock absorber for the windlass, which is back here and holds the anchor. Also, we've got the hatches open at the moment, but we will close them. We're just getting a last bit of fresh air through the vessel. We have secured the halyard. We have closed the sail bag, rolled back the canvas.
We take the helm covers off
Good idea.
and put the nav instruments on ready so that if we do drag anchor, the boat's right ready to go to move. Having windows open means that you can sit inside and observe the other boats around you in the anchorage to see if anyone's dragging towards you.
Holy smokes, the boat's already like really spinning around.
Mind you, I'm very confident that we'll hold well in here.
Yeah?
It's we found a really good sandy patch and I reversed on it very, very hard.
Boats drag here all the time because the seabed is mostly coffee rock. Finding sand was like finding a needle in a haystack.
Once we set the anchor well, whoa, you just missed that.
No,
The wind's now southerly, isn't it? So we're gonna swing around.
Oh, please anchor, please reset. Okay, heading inside, battening down the hatches.
It can get very, very cold very quickly.
Oh wow, it's really just like that. I kid you not. It's like a switch has just been turned on, John. Oh my gosh.
As we discovered in Lady Musgrave, I was freezing, I was shaking. I had blue lips and everything, didn't I?
Yeah, it was
'Cause
very
it was like
cold.
40 knots of wind
And
and
we're
driving
wet.
rain for about half an hour or something.
Sunshine to the starboard and to the left. The storm is descending upon us.
We got wind against tide here as well. So the wind was northerly, the prevailing wind was from the north. And now with the storm, the wind swung southerly. So we're probably going to get a bit of chop here in this channel. You can already see it starting to pick up. See that? The chop from the wind against tide.
And now we wait. We started out with our jackets on, but it was roasting. Like a sauna, we were steamy in the saloon. So as time went on, the layers came off. As we waited patiently for the storm to pass.
Right, a bit of bloody helm spinning around. This jacket on.
We've also learnt to secure our tender on the bow to avoid this.
Holy shit, look at the tender.
But today we ran out of time.
When we were in Lady Musgrave, we actually had our friends over and we had both tenders off the back and they both filled up with water. They, without a word of a lie, had about half a foot of water in them in about half an hour. The amount of weight that would have been in there, probably like 200 kilos, you know, hanging off the back of the boat. They were like almost airborne, weren't they, over the swell? Just more load pulling on your anchor. So, you know, you just want to give yourself the best chance possible not to drag. I mean, at the very least, it's probably a good idea just to pull it in so it's in closer. If you do need to move the boat, you don't have to worry about wrapping the rope around the prop.
But we're learning right now during this storm that may not be a very good technique.
You right?
We tied off the painter so there wasn't as much line out and it was a bit of a disaster.
You know the metal on the front of the tender?
Yeah.
It was coming down, smacking on the top of the pipe.
Oh,
So let's go in.
The seconds feel like minutes and minutes feel like hours. We're literally just waiting and hoping for the best. We're pretty calm. But then Mother Nature reminds us who's in charge.
Oh, what was that?
The other thing is, which we found in the Lady Musgrave scenario, which I hadn't thought of, is you basically can't see because the rain's so heavy. So the conundrum is really you lose orientation. You don't know which way you're facing, you don't know what's around you. And for us, we had reef around us and bommies all around us. The problem that we had is because there was so much rain and everything was wet, your fingers don't work on the touchscreen on your phone or your iPad to see where you are. The problem was with the chart plotter was that we had it set to track up, not north up, and the issue was as the boat would swing around and move around, chart plotter thought we were moving in those directions, so the chart was just literally spinning, which is no good when you're trying to work out whether you need to go to the left or to the right or forward or back or whatever. It's good to set your chart plotter to north up instead of track up or course up.
After almost an hour, the sky brightens. The swell dies down, and John arms himself with his favourite weapon.
All the bird gone as it is.
Seems like just yesterday out in the yard.
And as for my weapon, you ask?
I've come up with this genius idea, making a makeshift scarecrow. Pegs are holding this together. I'm just hoping that we don't lose this contraption. That'd be a sad day. I really like this dress. Not so sure about the hat though. On this side, it's clearly bamboo, but for some reason it looks like cannabis. It's very awkward. Okay, well, let's see if it works.
Using up all that energy, we needed to replenish our stocks.
It's Kristina. We're going to have a quick coffee and then get back to the boat.
We made it to Bribie and we are so excited because we're going to be having some breakfast at a cafe this morning.
Non-boat food.
Non-boat food, non-Kristina's cooking. Last night's sail, something incredible was witnessed. Swimming in the water.
Can't recall.
Are you kidding me? It's so cool.
The bioluminescence.
Yeah.
I think that's swimming. It's not swimming.
Okay, John's right, they're not swimming. It's inside the tiny organism's body that chemical reactions are being fired off.
We're leaving a trail in the water. It's so cool. Have you ever seen? Wow.
We're going to get a haircut.
Yeah, I think you do. We're hoping to be heading to Brisbane, through the Brisbane River over the next few days. Old mate from the Brisbane Marina is now asking us what our boat length is, which is promising. It should be so exciting because obviously we used to live in Brisbane and it's going to bring back so many memories, and we can't wait to show you our old hometown and the place that we're going to be living and moving to.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how we go with getting in there.
So now that we're approaching Brisbane, what does the future look like? Over coming weeks, we'll take you behind the scenes as we sell our beloved Takana. We have so much to unpack here, and although she's already sold, shoot us some of your questions in the comments and we'll answer them in our upcoming episodes. We're then going to travel to a tropical location to sail a catamaran for the very first time. Then we're going to take you on a road trip like no other.
You can absolutely see why this is one of the top 5 beaches in the world.
Before we gear up for the most epic sailing experience, which we cannot wait to tell you about. Sorry, we've been holding out on this one. Only our patrons have all the goss so far.
We cannot wait for you to be part of that next journey, the next ride ahead. It's going to be epic.
And finally, I'm just going to leave you with a few of my thoughts during our very last sail before we arrive to Brisbane.
How gorgeous is this? You can see like the ocean glistening. This is one of those special moments that you just want to like forever retain in your mind. Do you know what I mean? You're having a little bit of a down day. This is what you want to imagine to bring you back to a place of happiness, gratefulness. Just remember, you can't appreciate the good if you don't have the bad. And when you've got the bad, just ride the wave. Yeah! John's just pointed out a couple of ships there in the distance. Anyway, as I was saying, I hope you're having a good day, guys. If you're new here, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button.
It's free And if you also hit the notification bell, you'll be alerted when we put out our next episode. If you want to join us on Patreon, we're hosting our very first meetup in Brisbane this week, so join our crew. We can't wait to meet you. And for that discount for blinkers, check out the link in the description below.
Alright, it's time to head back to safer territory. It's a long way back. Alright, I'm glad I'm wearing a life jacket. Those lines as well that are on the deck up here, they're still here from our Melbourne trip through the Bass Strait where we needed somewhere to clip onto, would you believe? We've left them on this entire time. It's so awkward. You think I'd have sea legs by now, but no. Still a rookie. Ugh.